Hi, beautiful. Welcome or welcome back. I am EBINOTTI, and today we are doing a new moon reading. So, new moon is currently in Aquarius. That means it's Aquarius season. We are fully in it when the new moon hits, and we've got about a week to 10 days of the energy to really work with it. Some of us are slow, some of us are fast with that, so it's about a 2-week period in total. And it crossed us just a few days ago, depending when you're watching this. These are timeless readings. The messages are meant to resonate whenever you need them. So please, if you're drawn to a reading and you don't know about the sign or the timeline or the moon, don't worry about any of that stuff, okay? We just keep a schedule around here, and the schedule is the moon cycle. Okay, so new moon is currently in Aquarius. We're finishing up the elemental readings with the element of water. It is water today, and I am truly grateful and humbled because this work for me puts me into alignment, and my work is to get you, support you, or get you into alignment as well. Okay, so the reason water is so comforting today is because it's fucking cold outside, and it's very windy where I'm located. If you don't know, I'm in the western part of Canada, the northwestern part of Canada to be specific. And it's very clear skies, beautiful sunshine, which means it's going to be very cold. On top of the cold, we're getting a ton of wind today. So you might hear the wind in the background. You might hear my heat kicking on with that type of wind and air circulation. The air element, especially under Aquarius, this new moon is going to be relevant, okay? So if you haven't checked out the rest of the elements and you're going through it right now, I at least recommend air for you just to get us going, okay? Water is a really cozy energy. It's a nurtured, safe space kind of energy. It's a full cup type of energy that we've been embracing around here, and my cup sure is full today, baby. We're not perfect. We're not focused on mentally, logically, masculine energy being perfect right now. We're indulging a little bit where and when we need to, trying not to take it to the point of abuse, okay? We don't want to be abusing the self right now. We want to nurture the self the way that we would nurture a beautiful, innocent child when they were having a bad day, okay? Or they're not feeling well, or they hurt themselves. You would really you do the most for the inner child energy in that case, or your own children. So we're reflecting, we're doing that for ourselves. Sometimes that means, indulging. If you don't know, we love coffee around here, and this is a French vanilla, large French vanilla with a shot of espresso. That's my Tim Hortons jam these days. If you know me, that's my order. Okay, that's always the order. I don't switch it up right now. So there's a refined type of energy coming in. We are eyes on the prize, baby. We are focused. At the very least, we know exactly what our order is. Cheers to you. I will take a sip with you right now. Okay, so it's not feeling totally, smooth sailing down a calm, serene river. It's not feeling blue lagoon with the romance and things like that, like the water element loves to do. But right now it is feeling very safe. Refreshing is the energy coming in. I like that. If you know the cold water energy, like we all up in Kitimat, BC, we all grew up swimming in very cold water, okay? And we know how wonderful and refreshing it can be when the body climatizes to that. It's a little uncomfortable to get started, sometimes even more so than others because we're vulnerable, we're extra sensitive. For whatever reason, the cold plunge is really feeling like cold, okay? But we know it's for our greatest good. We know it's a healthy thing. So where we are not feeling the need to be excessive and indulging, we are doing the opposite. We are fully into routines, rituals, discipline, all the things that they might be chores. They might be as, challenging to get started as some of our more important, like hygiene rituals, exercise rituals, devotionals, prayers, whatever you do to get into your spiritual alignment. You never regret these things, even though sometimes they are the hardest things to accomplish, just because getting there, getting started. So I'm going to push that out for the collective, and I want you to do the same. If you have the extra energy to spare, share it for the collective, the discipline of it all, the routine of it all, okay? We're making it fun. when we're talking water element. We're making it as fluid as we possibly can, as comfortable as we can for ourselves, even if that means bringing in some of the unhealthier things, a little bit of pleasure. I was gifted a coffee today, and I wasn't going to say no to that. Okay, so appreciating the self, enjoying the rewards, the pleasures, a little bit of binging here and there, a little cheat moment, ain't no thing, right? Because we are focused. We are very focused on our overall goals. So we're going to get into this reading today. I invite you to light your incense, your candles, anything you like to do as your own rituals for these readings. Thank you for being here today and doing the work that you do on you. We all appreciate it in the collective, whether we get a chance to say it to each other in person or not, team up in person or not. We still come together and we do this work, so thank you. Thank you. I feel the need to say that twice, okay? Let's get the chores and stuff out of the way. Personal readings are available as of now for all of February. So if you want a personal reading, they're 50% off all winter. Got a little bit of a promo going on. The code word for that is muffin. It's a friends and family discount. Okay, so all a discount. I just can't even speak today. So any social media that you have me on, send the message. I'll send you the price list and let you know about the promo code muffin. Okay, if you show up with a promo code, then I know you came from here. And there are always, I try to give as much as I can. There's always special offers for Tribe, okay? So this is a friends and family discount. Feel the need. If you feel the need, sorry, please do share that. So that your friends and family can get into their own self-help and self-development and spiritual alignment as well. Okay, any decks that I use will be listed down in the description box, as well as any other information that I think you might need, my offers, etc. If you have any questions, leave it in the comment section. Feel free to share in the comment section with the collective as well how the reading was resonating for you, what you've been going through under the new moon while you're working with the element that we're discussing, anything that you think that the collective might be interested in today, okay? We're going to start off today with the Crystal Oracle deck, and on the bottom of the deck, hematite, one of my personal faves. The hematite stone or crystal coming up as manifest light. So this is the final element reading for the new moon Aquarius. All the rest of the elements are up, and we've seen the need already in more than one of the readings. Ooh, as we get our card. We've seen the need to stay in the higher vibrational state and focus on being the bigger person in our small human existence, and also as much as we can tuning into that high vibration. As I get a peek on the camera, we see the bottom of the deck now for the reading. I can't see what our card is. It fell in my lap, but I can see the bottom of the deck for us, which is storm. Okay, this is why we need to stay in the high vibrational frequency. We've talked again a lot about Aquarius being the eldest of the air element signs. Aquarius is the elder of the three. So it's the challenges can be extra under this season for the entire collective. So all of February, the end of January, all of February, it can even transition into 6 months, because with the new moon in Aquarius and the opening of Aquarius season, we get the completion of the moon cycle of Aquarius with the full moon in Aquarius 6 months later. Okay, if you don't know about polarities and twins, and you've been, tuning into that twin flame journey, there are aspects to the twins, okay? And the moon cycle is one of the ways that we get to interact with our aspects and the collective aspects, okay? So bringing it back. The storm warning and the need for alignment and discernment right now. We don't always have the mental capacity to logically or logic out some of the problems in our lives, but if we stay in an aligned state, a flow state, a restful, prepared state, then we handle these storms really beautifully, because we engage when we need to. We rest when we don't. Okay, really simple, really beautiful energy coming in. I love that. So our card for the reading, oh my God, the beauty of it all. Magic is the energy, water element. New moon Aquarius. I almost just said full moon Aquarius. So this is an opening that you can work with for about 6 months. There's a if you're tuning into this and you are going to resonate with this reading, this is a power source you can tune into right now and activate for a full 6 months. That's a really powerful message. Labradorite, whether you work with stones or not, we don't read the crystal oracle so you can run out and buy stones, okay? We read it so you can tune into a spirit, a frequency, an energy, and give appreciation and receive from that energy. So here, tuning into Labradorite for the sake of magic, and it's feeling very like astral realms. If you see the kind of opening energy there, even the mirroring, the split as above, so below, coming in really, really strong. I always keep Labradorite around. I know I have my palm stones cleansing on the desk right beside us. And I don't think, I was just taking a quick peek. I'm like, do I have Labradorite on the altar today? No, I don't. So that's interesting as well. We're tuning into things that we may not realize we have at our disposal, but if we just look around, we can kind of 11:11 on the clock as I say this, we can pull some resources that maybe have been on the shelf collecting dust, clean them up, give it a little cleanse, and tune into that energy again. Okay, so it's not feeling new, but it is feeling very awakened, very activated. Magic. I love it. So storms are happening around us. We're tuning into the frequency of magic, which is not just needing to be in the higher frequencies, but being able to participate, create, co-create, collaborate with others in the higher frequencies. I love that. Makes sense why we pulled this as our second oracle deck for the reading, the Dragon Oracle, talking about collaborating with other beings. Dragon year just closed out. If you follow the Chinese astrology, the lunar calendar, which we do, lunar meaning moon, lunar readings. So we just crossed out of the year of the dragon into the year of the snake. And if you don't know about the year of the snake, especially with new moon Aquarius energy, let me tickle your little brainstem for a second. The snake as a symbol in all of medicinal spirituality, so spiritual alignment meant to create activation and evolution, growth, healing, positivity. The symbol of the snake is all about wisdom and healing. So on one side you get all of this knowledge, and the type of healing that comes from knowledge that is experiential, passed down knowledge, ancient knowledge, relevant, the right knowledge for the right situation is nice. Even if it's not a complicated thing, it's like, there it is. It's easy to access. You don't have to sift through quite as much to get that, fact or truth or thing that you're looking for. The healing that comes from this is long-term, and it's collective, I'll say. So it's more dynamic than a singular type of healing. One situation gets healed, it's like the ripple effect is seen, as opposed to being more of an ethereal thing, the ripple effect that you don't see in your lifetime or whatever. For some of us, we're going back through history. History is really calling to us in some way, creatively or academically, intellectually. So history is coming up in a big way, and we're understanding by sort of comparing isn't the word I'm looking for there, but by comparing history so that we can learn something and put it to good use today. Others of us, we're tuning into nature as opposed to the academics. It's more of a, I'll say hands-on, but it's really spirit on, because you're tuning into, as opposed to the need to just touch the tree. Some of us are going out and touching, nature, or holding our animals, physical touch, right? And others of us were really just like, whoa, man, I can feel the sky, or, like a bird flies across you, and it's just like this whole fucking, you don't even know what that was. It was like, whoa, that was spiritual. There's all kinds of crazy in tune things when we get into the water element, right? It's not about the brain getting it, it's about the rest of, so water is the sacral chakra, and for feminines, that we were really in tune with that frequency, and the heart is the brain center of it. Okay, the heart is often given the element of air. I've always felt it as water, but I'm a Pisces, so the way that I use air, if it's not my challenge, the way I use air is a little bit different because I've got all that water. Okay, so knowing your birth chart, if you don't know about birth charts and stuff, I have I keep forgetting to add this offer to my offers, but I can help you with that. You can go online and easily discover your free birth chart. And if you've always wanted to and you never have, this might be the way for you to do it. So if you need a little bit of support, or you're really like, man, I need to know what my birth chart is, so you know that you have, 4 water placements, you know, out of 12, that's a third, you know, the rest of it's all chopped up, but you've got like 4 water or 4 fire or 4 air. It's like, it's just good to know. Maybe you've got 6, half of your entire birth chart when you were born was like air, and then you know, even just on the free websites, it'll tell you some stuff about that, and you'll be like, wow, that makes perfect sense. So again, the research, the history, the bloodline, the academics, whatever's calling to you from the mind, you can really tune into that, because the mind isn't the strong, you know, source right now to really be tuning into. So if it's calling for something, go for it, right? It either needs the healing or it needs the upgrade. Okay, bottom of the deck from the dragons. The orange gold dragon from Arcturus. Wow, we are seeing the mirroring of these dragons quite a bit in this moon cycle. So all of the elementals, if you're watching this one, are up for this moon cycle. I recommend tuning into the other ones that are calling to you. The orange gold dragon from Arcturus opens you to the knowledge for the new golden age. The golden age. I'm loving how warm and fiery that dragon, that orange energy is for us. The new golden age, look at the stars up there, the cosmic energy, and he's, very much so on the earth. He's not in the cosmos, he's looking at the cosmos, you know, opening to the future. So very focused on the future here. As our theme, right? But our card for the reading is magic. So if you're trying to tune into magic or power, you know, in that way, you can do it by continuing to hold the safe, nurtured, loving space of the future that you see for yourself. The advice from this dragon is carry the energy of the future. Hold is another word to say carry, and be a guiding light. So when it's challenging to be around others with your energy, you just need to, you know, appreciate that it's stormy season, baby. Aquarius is not an easy season. Ask any Aquarius you know how they're doing right now, and they're either smashing or they're suffering more than anyone, because Aquarius is not an easy, it doesn't get to be eldest because it was easy, okay? So your Aquarius friends, or your people with strong Aquarius attunement, they collaborate with that energy really well, are probably fucking smashing and have the easiest, best advice for you that they can share with you. Because be a guiding light, carry the energy. So carrying and being something, you can ask for that from others. The great thing about magic is it's always co-creation. If you are creating magic all on your own, you are still mind, body, spirit in here. So there is co-creation going for you to expose your own magic. And then, you know, if you want help from others, advice, or like literally Aquarius energy is magical right now in the way that it can, you know, advise you. God, they give great advice, don't they, Aquarius? Because they are air energy. So they understand language really well. If you've been kind of called to learn a second language, this is a great time to do that. If you've got 6 weeks where you can carve out like an hour a day, 4 or 5 days a week for something, but do language, you know, you will learn it. You will sponge it up so quickly. Remember how we saw that full moon Aquarius energy was coming up, which gave us a 6-month window to open something right now? That's the kind of energy, right? It's like you can learn something like a second language really compressed right now, really efficiently, where the mind seems like it's just not there for us. There is the capacity for the mind to sponge in ways that, you know, we usually, when we work really hard, we have to really be on point to get the brain to function at the capacity it could right now, all on its own, okay? If we're nurturing the air element, the mind and the brain as an organ and feeding it appropriately. So the fuel, the full cup energy coming in for the brain and for the mind. We really want to nourish that organ right now if we can. I love that. Water is a big part of that. Healthy fats is a big part of that. The brain needs cholesterol to function. If you didn't know that, all that non-cholesterol stuff is not good for the brain. As we get our cards. I love it. Bottom of the deck, gold and silver, violet flame dragon. Okay, this is the level of healing. This is also signifying the level of magic available, though, because this healing is something that we are outputting now. Okay, as our theme for the reading on the bottom of the deck. It's going to go with the storm card on the bottom from the Crystal Oracle. Let's see what the gold and silver violet flame dragon has to say for us. Again, if you're tuning into the readings, put all the synchronicities that you feel like sharing down below that you've noticed. Gold and silver is one that I am noticing, okay? Because diamonds, royal blue, gold, and silver have been the theme. And Aquarius, as the eldest of the air signs, loves to be recognized for their, I wanted to say royalty, and reign came out. So you're a ruler, you rule something. In many ways you are that level of power, responsibility. So if it's been stormy in your history, know that it's because heavy is the head that wears the crown. You know, that's just how it goes for some of us. It's just the way things shook out. You know what I'm saying? Gold and silver, the violet flame dragon, transmutes the old around you with wisdom and grace. Unbelievable beauty. Look at the butterfly there. So, you know, there is something really epic. If you've loved storms all your life, it's probably because you have something really big activating in this season of your life, because this is changing, and underneath it I see dreams. Okay, with Sugilite, yeah, Sugilite I call it, with dreams. Okay, so you know, you might be having trouble sleeping, your sleep cycle is whack, you're, you know, oh my god, relatable. Your sleep cycle's crazy, your dreams are popping off, recurring dreams or nightmares. You wake up, your bed's soaked, your fucking clothes are soaked, everything's it's a shit show. Okay, so in the spiritual realm, you sleep a third of your life, 30% of your life. That's 33.33% of every day of every year that you exist on this plane, you sleep. And that's because the spirit also needs a job. Okay, the spirit also has a job. So it's busy up in here. The mind is the only one, mind, body, spirit. The mind is the only one who's like, it's my job. And the body's like, some of us are laborers, some of us are academics in our physical careers. And that's the thing. There's an alignment going on within the spiritual career sector, if you will, for the entire collective, especially Aquarius gives that away. Okay, so we've got 6 months of training, if you will, opening right now. If you can't feel it, it's here. Okay, so you know, you don't have to fear this space and this energy. You were built for this. It's the message coming through. Okay, you were built for this, baby. You were built for it. As I like reach for my coffee, I'm like, oh, I just keep telling myself we were built for this, we got this. And I'll show them to you while I take my sip. We've seen sunshine yellow, like the dragon here, and then this one is new to this series of readings. So I'm loving again the synchronicity of things coming up for us, but not feeling stagnant, repetitive, or rat race. Round and round the wheel we go, we chant as we go, hi ho, yikes. If any of that's going on, we definitely support you getting out of that mental anxiety, racing heart, fearful state. You are a fucking powerhouse, okay? And even if you're absolutely brand new to it, look at you, you little Bambi, my beautiful little Bambi there. That's okay, okay? Because you got fucking dragons behind you now. Especially coming in to tell you that you faced down more than you might realize, okay? You might think that you're new and innocent and too gentle for this, and you know, you are absolutely built for this. So let's read it. Sunshine Yellow Dragon helps you to help animals. Where's my kiwi? I'm just kidding. I'll go snuggle her as soon as we're done. And the advice: serve animals, heal, respect, and understand them. Okay, before we even get into it, I just want to show you these beautiful energies together, because they're going to be on either side of the altar supporting us. The water element you can always use to refresh, to nurture, and to clean the body. Think of cleaning a wound, cleaning your ass, you know, like you gotta clean every day. And the thing that we don't always give water credit for is the safe space that it creates for us. Think of a bubble bath or a blue lagoon. Very beautiful energy, you know. The perfect meal and music and lighting to put you in an appreciative state, a comfortable, full of ease type of state, where if you're giving effort now, it's because it's worth it to have the quality on the other side of that effort, whether you're doing art, you're trying new recipes, or cooking some old recipes. Tradition is coming in here, getting some of those flavors that it's been a long time and they comfort you. Okay, hearing those sounds, those songs that comfort you, getting the lighting and the atmosphere set so that little baby Bambi there is all comfy and cozy for the night. It's a beautiful energy, and I'm feeling it for the collective. I am damn grateful. On the bottom, we already saw gold and silver. I'll put that aside for us now. And we'll see, we got 2 dragons out. The blue dragon from the Pleiades. If you don't know about like the Palladians, the Syrians, the Lemurians, that kind of information, or, you know, curiosity wormhole, go on that Gaia.com website. Might be calling to you, and, you know, ancient aliens it up, baby, why not? Have some fun with it. Explore the subjects that are calling to you, okay? And take your education seriously if you're called to do so. The blue dragon from the Pleiades prepares you to accept source healing and the advice. Accept a heart activation. Give and receive heart healing. Okay, that's why they came out together. Okay, now Pleiades over here, the beautiful blue, it's going to look like this now, and we're going to pull cards under this. You know, on either side, the magic that you are capable. A lot of us like to talk about how we can use power, get power, money. It's, you know, love is something that's very vulnerable, but money and stuff, it's like you need that to survive. There's a fight energy of survival, you know, that gets to take a little bit of a, we don't need the masculine energy to fight now. We need the feminine energy to protect, in the way that the feminine energy does, by creating safe spaces in the emotional body. Okay, so we're getting very emotionally in tune here, which that's what water as an element is all about. We're getting it nice and clean, whether we're cleaning and doing chores. It's that time of year, beautiful time of year for decluttering and starting to get the dust out. You know, if you don't know, when you dust, you wet your cloth, baby, so you don't just fucking kick it up everywhere. We don't want to be kicking up all the dust while the windows are still taped up, right? So if you're feeling the need to crack a window, get the air moving, get that wet cloth or mop bucket out, or run yourself a nice bubble bath. Okay, there's also the energy of Will Hoff, what the fuck? We used to call him the Iceman, but I guess somebody else took that name now. Anyways, the energy that he talks about in health and alignment is about like the cold plunge. So for like 5 years, I would do a cold shot at the end of my shower, which, trust me, was no fun experience, but it was for the health of the body, to bring blood flow to the organs. You might be researching all kind of weird new, you know, health alignments, things that are calling to you for whatever reason. You can tune into those right now. You can trust what you're being called to do for new routines, new, you know, in some way you're building up the muscles of the warrior spirit when you're, you know, going for walks or jogs and it's the middle of winter. It's like you're allowing your lungs and your nostrils. I remember, like, as a kid running or walking to school, running, you know, for class and playing outside, like your nostrils get so damn cold, the cold air, and eventually you just don't care. I can't feel my fucking thighs or my 2 fingers on my left hand. I don't give a shit. We're out there, man, king of the hill, and we're playing it. So there's a beautiful energy of wanting to either have fun regardless of the challenge, or building up some of those muscles, okay? Becoming strong, and I like that. We're gonna get into the tarot now. Get our tarot spread for this reading as the energy kicks up just a little bit. So we're using the energy when we have it, and when we don't, we're just protecting the safe space, the peace, what little energy we do have. The schedule for some of us, it's like we have to prioritize, right? We can't, like any parent that has young kids, or, you know, very needy kids right now, or anyone that has someone in their life that they love and that person is a priority, you know, things just get prioritized all on their own, and there's nothing we can do about the chaos of life, okay? That's children, our emotions, the circumstances that be, or the environment. We don't have any control. So we're getting really comfortable in that energy, and the divine feminine knows how to do that so beautifully. So if you're needing to, you can tap into any of the elements, the chakras. You can meditate right now and just get the most possible, you know, alignment, security. It's feeling very safe and very beautiful inside. As we get started here on the bottom of the deck for our tarot deck, we get the 8 of Pentacles. Again, the mirroring energy, and we are loving it. 8 of Pentacles is earth energy. We're getting into mastery, okay? 8s are about power. And let's talk more about magic. I'm going to put magic right in the center for us now. I like it. We're going to talk about mastery, okay? 8 of Pentacles, it's career stuff usually, but it doesn't have to be. It can also be something like a skill set we're trying to master, and it's not to do with our necessarily job right now, but it is a career to us, you know, or it's a very prioritized skill set for us, or some of us it's knowledge, okay? The research is the thing right now. So whatever we're being called to focus on and really master, we want to master something with this energy if we can. New moons are about opening an energy, so we want to open some things, but if we can't prioritize opening because we need to finish and we're not good at finishing stuff, then finish first, okay? You can start writing things down. Ooh, we got a flipper. One card came out all by itself, and it's a flipper, the Queen of Swords. Ooh, talking about mastery. Okay, so new moon Aquarius is the air element. That's the 2 weeks of energy that we are talking about, we are discussing here. It's new moon Aquarius, that's air. Queen of Swords, she's air. But we're reading the element of water, and that's beautiful that we got the queen, because this is actually a collaboration of air and water. All the queens are the water element in tarot because they are the feminine. Okay, so all the kings are the fire element, same way. So water and air coming together here because it's been harsh. It's prepares you to accept source healing, accept a heart activation, and give and receive. And that's what this queen is really, really good at. Giving and receive. Like if anyone gets to ride this type of dragon personality, it's this type of human personality, this being, okay? The Queen of Swords energy. Water and air gets to ride from the Pleiades, I guess, this time, okay? Let me know if you know more about the Pleiadians and any synchronicities with that, but that's what I'm picking up for it, okay? Blue as well being the throat chakra and all of that frequency of the higher wisdom, truth, the higher realms of knowledge. So again, tapping into some really beautiful ancient wisdom here, or understanding things on the deepest possible levels. Again, that magic. Look at all the color synchronicities there for us. Love that. Okay, so riding dragons, you know, metaphysically speaking, or metaphorically speaking, or metabolically speaking. I'm just kidding. I'm just fucking around now. Okay, let's see what else we get. Riding dragons, baby. Doing magic on some... Oh my goodness. Second card out, the King of Swords. Okay, Queen and King of Swords. Okay, I'm just way too excited that I need to calm the fuck down. I'm gonna have to smoke for sure. I'm sorry. Air is my challenge. The throat chakra. Listen, we battle in my bloodline with the throat chakra, okay? King and Queen of Swords. The pairing here, the fucking equality. A lot of tarot readers don't like these two as counterparts. I'm like, what? Are you fucking crazy? Like, can you imagine? This is the energy of finding your equal in the exact opposite that you need it to be in. Okay? You're a woman, you're straight, you find the guy. He's a guy. He's the perfect guy. He's the guy. And he wants you and he feels the same. And it's okay. So whether we're talking relationships, the things you want to create right now, the spaces and alignment you need, because oh my God, I'm panicking. A lot of people panic in the Aquarius season. Don't panic, okay? You don't need to panic. As a Pisces and a water sign myself, I have strong water placement as well. You can handle this energy. This is you. Authenticity, baby. We chose a word for 2025, and it is authenticity. And these two are the power fucking couple of authenticity, okay? Nobody is more knowledgeable or information driven than these two. They are the truth seekers, holders, finders, all of the things when it comes to knowledge, wisdom, truth. These two are also the most capable of miracles, okay? Nobody really gives these two credit for being magicians, but they are. Because the air element can be used in the physical realm. It can also be used in the spiritual realm. And in the spiritual realm, air as an element is so like everything. It's like water in our third dimension. Water is like life, right? And the sun is like water and fire, right? I would assume in the other dimensions, it's earth and air. So here's air. Coming in a power couple dynamic, which is perfectly yin and yang. It is perfectly masculine and feminine, or it is perfectly two wholes coming together to be able to create a whole new whole, or a whole new, like when masculine and feminine come together and they birth a new child. It can be anything. It has a whole lifetime to develop its wholeness and recreate or procreate. Okay, so there's all of the beautiful creation energy and the flow energy, getting into flow state. Again, for those of us who are academic or intellectual, when the mind is there, and it's there sometimes, whether we realize it or not, it's doing the most. Even if we can't see it right now because it's only on the sponge, the receiving mode, when it comes time to come back out, it's going to come back like the ultimate comeback, okay? Coming out all brand new, like, are we doing it? We are. It was a little sticky on the come up there. Central energy, major arcana number 5, the Hierophant. Okay. There's some messages coming through here, and it's coming rapid fire. If you saw, we had the Queen of Swords first, and she's got that full moon energy depicted there. Take a look at the Hierophant and how dense the full moon energy is. So the Hierophant is the institutions, the higher earthly connections to God. So this is from God, but it's not always light. It can be all kinds of skewed, right, in our realm. So people, a lot of wars have been fought over religion, and religion's supposed to be the access to God. Like, oh geez, we ain't doing that very well then. King of Swords knows that. He's, the most brilliant king and the most academic, intellectual, capable of using his logical mind. He's the masculine master of the air element, which is a masculine element. There's a lot of alignment in his energy, so it's very hard to fool him. Some of you are being called to start a new career where you become the leader, whether you're teaching, coaching, guiding, mentoring, or straight up doing like an entire, spiritual, I'm hearing like so many things, point of attraction. a spiritual guru, a spiritual, like there's shaman energy coming into this, which I find really interesting. So a lot of you are working with the Hierophant energy in different ways, but it is the alignment to, you know, creator. The number 5 in the Hierophant energy being Major Arcana really talks about the changes involved here. So magic isn't always, I know in our realm, magic has been used by dark forces, or, you know, I don't even want to just give this one to the devil, so I'm going to say Satan instead. So we want to be a little bit careful with how much we play with magic. Do you know what I mean? Like, witchcraft isn't the thing right now unless you are that. And if you are that, then, you know, you don't need the advice on somebody to tell you that you don't want to be messing around in that realm, because it's what you are, right? But for a lot of people in our timeline, they were programmed to think that because they feel very strongly about certain things within the dark, that they are something dark. And that's simply not true. If you remember the innocence of this creature here, we're really going to allow the purity of things to come in if we've got Hierophant, the institution in our realm of God, on the table. Okay, so think of how you protect the children, and think of the history of priests and things like that around children, right? This is where it's like, whoo, we've got some real darkness on the table, and that's why the king and queen are here. The king and queen historically have always had a priest with them, a spiritual leader, because they are the leader of the earthly realm. Okay, they have kingdoms and people within their villages and communities. Parents have children to look out for, so then they have spiritual teachers, and, you know, this can be the nanny, you know, it could be whatever, whoever reads your kids bedtime stories and spends that 8 hours of education time a day with them, right? So that's whether that's going on within us or in our family dynamics, or both. Okay, we're going to look at that one from a few different perspectives, because it's a lot of energy. That's a lot of energy on the table. Again, Aquarius season, it's the eldest of the air signs, so we get some real opportunities here to make moves, to make progress. Okay, and we need that. We need to clean some shit up in this realm, because it's all distorted, and we, to the best of our ability, that's not acceptable, and we can't allow it. Okay, so some of us being called to do some real dirty work here, getting our hands dirty, or speaking some really hard, not pretty truths, as we get our 4th card coming out solo. 4th card out, the devil. You can't say his name, you know what I mean? You can't be speaking on him and he'll be like, sorry, did you call me? Okay, so Major Arcana, it's court cards and Major Arcana so far, and that's it. So that's how big it is if you're working with the water element and you're doing this kind of work for the collective and for yourself within your tribe, okay? The devil energy, Major Arcana 15, breaking down to the 6. So we know with the lovers, Major Arcana 6, if you don't see this beautiful tarot card I have up on the wall for us, the 6 is the energy of masculine, feminine balance. It's 2 wholes coming together and creating from the space of 2 wholes collaborating. And when one of these energies, the devil himself, gets involved, he sends out all kinds of, just like God has warriors, the devil has warriors too. And there's all kinds of people out here getting caught up in that energy and used. You know, we're going to see so much exposure in the next however long of all the things and people and who they said they were and how it was like, you know, whoa, gaslighting is going to be, if you don't understand what gaslighting is, psychologically you're about to, because we're going to have years of understanding it through the exposure of people who put on an angelic face and had nothing but this energy underneath. This is who they are, okay? And it's not because the devil, I mean, in our higher wisdom, we were asked to stay in higher wisdom with this. We know that people get tricked and people are weak sometimes and give in and then run fully through into that power, through that darkness, okay? So we can understand how our friends and our family and the people that have hurt us, the people historically that have done things to us, our cultures and our bloodlines, that's the kind of energy coming up with this. We can understand it, but we do not abide it. We do not accept it. We do not allow it. So that's a pretty big energy. The Hierophant and the Devil side by side here on the board is like, okay, you want to definitely align to every part of you that is a spiritual leader, meaning you protect what is righteous in this world, and you at this point now have put your foot down. You will not look away, okay? And the King and Queen can be very, very icy in delivering their truths and their messages. It's like there's almost no emotion involved here. Thank God we saw the Queen of Swords first under the full moon energy, because that brings High Priestess, Cancer, and all the water energy times 2, times 10, times 1,000, you know, into it that we need. But we do have to be a little bit careful here, because some of the truths are harsh and it can turn us dark very quickly, and we don't want our demon to try and fight. We don't want to use darkness to fight the devil. We want to use fire to fight fire, which means this is the energy of opposition for the devil, which is your angelic. You don't let your demon or your shadow come out to fight the devil. You bring out your higher self, okay? So the higher truth, higher wisdom, higher light, that is the frequency of unconditional love, okay? Us feminines, we can tap into that in all of the water centers of the body. So the sacral chakra, the root chakra even has that feminine element, the heart chakra. We really want to stay out of the gut and the solar plexus when we are triggered, because the mind and the gut will start rebounding off of each other, and you'll tap into no frequency but this frequency, okay? So don't let someone snatch up your magic. If you forget and you can't do it for yourself, just remember there are babies watching you. There are little ones watching you, whether you consider yourself a leader or a role model or a parent or not. There are children, young women or young men who will look up to you and hopefully see somebody honorably and justly standing against what is wrong for what is right, standing up for what is right, okay? It's intense, but so is life. And Pisces, I don't know why I say Pisces, but water handles this energy really, really well. I do want to remind you that we have some new readings going up on the channel, the Zodiac readings. Pisces is the only one currently up on the channel, but they will be coming out consistently from here on out, so make sure you're subscribed. Following EBINOTTI on other social media platforms and all the right places. Wherever you're looking for that content, look around, you'll find some EBINOTTI out there. And thank you for that. Okay, fifth card out. Oh, the whole top row, all 5 cards in this reading are fucking major arcana. Major arcana number 1, the Magician. The Magician. I brought up the High Priestess with all that moon energy we were seeing, and there's her counterpart. Sorry, the High Priestess's counterpart with the Magician, okay? We got a couple of clarifiers as well. 2 more cards to look at. Under the Queen of Swords, we are going to have Major Arcana number 20, the Judgment card. Wow. You know what, though? Out of the King and Queen of Swords, if you need a judge, jury, executioner, you'd rather have the Queen. You know, even in her iciest, she doesn't go quite as dark as the, you know, the divine masculine of the air element can be accidentally brutal, okay? And the second clarifier under that King of Swords we were just talking about, another major arcana, number 7, the Chariot. Beautiful air energy tuning in. Look at all unicorn and stuff there. Hell yes. Again, the Pegasus, the unicorn energy coming through under New Moon Aquarius. This is miracles. This is magic, and it's a moving, okay? There's some real movement here. And for those of us who it's not ambition, it's healing right now, this is the level of healing, okay? Magical creatures literally coming in, performing miracles in your world, okay? And that's how you want to be. For those of us who we are spearing life right now, you know, King of Swords clarified by the Chariot, this is the energy you've been looking for. This is finally kind of tick, 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 boom, you get that alignment where the vault unlocks, or when you're spinning the combination lock, you know what I mean? And then that click, that's this type of click. And with the Chariot, it's like kicking the horse in the side. We go from, you know, full stop energy to sprinting out the gate. I just saw the Ascot races, which I don't know why hats are coming through really strong. You might feel the need to cover the crown chakra because you're just getting fucking blasted with crazy purple magical wisdom and energy. So if you need to take a little break, you know, you can cover the head a little bit and be like, holy fuck. Talking about covering the head, what do we know about judges, excuse me, in our timeline? They cover their head with a wig, don't they? And we've talked about the perversion of the priest, the Hierophant being the institution. So we can talk about the corruption of big pharma, big corporations, Silicon Valley, big tech, okay? Tech finance, you know, it's that kind of energy. It's really stanky. So like I said, thank God that this judgment energy, the call to truth and wisdom, is coming through the feminine, because she's much more capable of snapping compassion out instead of just whipping swords around, okay? There's a little bit of an off with their heads type of energy. So, okay, she's a capable mama. You know, you got kids and stuff like that, especially like little kids. You have to constantly be reiterating small lessons. And then when they turn into teenagers, you're just like, there's only one thing and I can't get it through to them. Like, they will not listen. And, you know, so a lot of conflict as three beautiful white, I'm going to say seagulls, not the most exciting bird, but they're beautiful and white and they look amazing in the sky right now. Three birds all flying together come across the window. So, I mean, I feel the collaboration, but it's a call to action here coming off this King and Queen. Now, because we do the 5-card spread and the King and Queen, that first 2 rows, they're on the past energy. A lot of us, this has already come in. We have aligned fully to the mental space, and the energy of Chariot, the unstoppable force, is already here, you know, and whether we realize it or not, the momentum has already begun, okay? So we heard the call, we answered, we picked up the phone, answer was yes. And because of that, the movement kicked in, okay? So for some of us, we're a little stuck on it. We're not really sure what that means for us because we don't necessarily feel that. And the energy that I'm getting for that is like a furnace. And it's also kind of the devil at play, like the furnace too, coming through. The devil at play being like, oh, you know, now's the time where the devil will try to distract you in this energy because it is so powerful. But like a hot air balloon, you've got to fill it to the right temperature before you can release the pegs and then get to flight mode, okay? So there's a little bit of like a more natural than jet fuel, jet propulsion, Mach 4. It's more like a hot air balloon, okay? We're going up and we're getting a beautiful ride and day and experience, and it's new and it's unique and it's fun and blah, 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 but it's not, you know, what we're used to the Chariot feeling like when it's starting a new adventure. We're used to being like on a 747 going like 50,000 miles an hour or whatever, 500 miles, 50,000, 500 miles an hour at like 30,000 feet, right? This isn't that. This is going far and wide, getting huge amounts of momentum. Again, that 6-month timeline coming through. And because I said timeline, 5 days, 5 weeks, 5 months coming through for the collective, okay? And for those of you who just said 5 hours, indeed, because the Magician is our 5th card out. Do you see how I'm doing this? Good. I'll give you another one. If you're good at Roman numerals, you'll see this as soon as it's up on the screen. They are looking like this on the table. Okay, and I immediately, because I did, you know, some of the numerology, here's more numerology for you. 5 and 1 side by side, breaking down to a 6, the devil, 10 being a 1, 10 and 5 breaking down also to a 6. Okay, so the synchronicities are a choice here. That means magician energy is something that we are activating, and the devil is literally here in between you and your alignment to the institutions, the factions that are for you, that you can either collaborate with or align to. There's a big alignment energy coming through for those of you who have started reading your Bible or studying your religion, your traditions that you were taught, going back to either the beginning of what you were taught or to some philosophy or religion, okay? And manifesting and creating from that space. It does not get more magical than this, okay? The word magic coming up in both of these cards. That's massive amounts of power being activated for you to become something that is more than for you. This is for service, okay? That's why the career energy is coming up. Big money, big money. I'm hearing all the screaming into pillows, and not just because we need to get out some rage. Crying and falling to our knees and possibly getting sick on the floor. I just heard, wow. But not because something terrible happened. It was such a big miracle that we just almost physically cannot handle it. Okay, as we get our one central energy. Did you see it? I didn't. Ooh, under the Hierophant, the 8 of Cups. Let's talk about the 8s. We saw on our bottom of the deck to start for the tarot the 8 of Pentacles, and now that we're reading 8 of Water. Now that we're reading the water element, we see the alignment, central energy, clarifier, the 8 of Water. It just couldn't be more prosperous, beneficial, gifted. Like, I'm sorry, my nose is getting red. Don't look at my little face. Listen, there's all the support, all the encouragement for you to line up. This is my Spirit Quest card. As a Pisces, if you don't know astrology, you don't know why 8 of Cups is something that gets me very excited for you. Because it's you need to be brave to accept miracles. Yes, I said accept. Miracles are something you have to co-create with when it's like this. I mean, we get miracles all the time. If you don't think your existence is a miracle, you're missing it. You're missing the point, okay? So get your head out of the clouds and back on the earth and listening to and enjoying the thunderstorm energy, okay? Because the storms are here for you, for your alignment, and you can trust that and you can have faith in that. So sitting back with a bowl of popcorn, watching shit come down around you, because if it ain't for you to be the king and queen, then you've got other work to do, and this is not your fucking problem, is the shadow energy I just heard coming through. Exactly. It's not your fucking problem. So we love people, we do what we can for them, but sometimes that's the message, okay? King and Queen of Swords, they give messages very, very unemotionally, because we also in that energy can receive. When somebody says no to us, we can handle it in that energy. So tapping into that in a giving and receiving type of way as we get our next card, clarifying that devil energy. Babies, the synchronicities, I highly recommend you go back and check out some of the other elementals, okay? The 3 of Swords coming up to clarify the devil. The reason I'm bringing out the 8 of Cups is because it's the clarifier touching this clarifier. So these two are side by side. Listen. The shit that we've gone through, we can focus on the drama. We can focus on the betrayals, the hurts, the lies, the gaslighting in the world, in our lives, in our relationships, in our careers, in business. But what we're called to do here is align to our compassion, our truth, and do as much healing as we can in this energy, okay? So giving compassion to others and knowing that their fuckery is based in a higher frequency, a higher force. It's got more power in the dark than we give it credit for when we slip and we fall. So if you've ever had compassion for yourself, you know, in your shame or your guilt, then this is the ability to give that to others when we know exactly what they're up to and exactly who's fucking with them in the spiritual realms. And we can't save everybody, you know. We can be really fucking angry. I'm feeling a lot of triggering coming in for this. So, you know, it's not so big as like if someone's going to betray you, 3 of Swords in this energy, it would be someone you would expect to do exactly that. So if you've been if you get surprised by cheating or a lie or thievery around you in your energy right now, just know that it was on the table for you to see, okay? And you got to be a little bit more discerning about the people that you call friend, the people that you call, you know, partner. You got to be a little bit discerning, because sometimes good people slip and the devil catches them and off guard. And we can be there to make sure that he doesn't get them for real and they come right back into the light. And that's what having an open heart in this energy is all about. Other times people call to him, they invoke him because they want the power and they want it from him, okay? They don't have the patience anymore, they don't have the strength anymore, and they're willing to take it, the desperation, you know. If you're going to be for God or for good or for light, you got to be willing to die for innocence. And that's what's on the table here, right? The purity and the innocence of, if your baby was being abused, you know, what kind of energy would you face that with? And sometimes you got to face down people in your own life that you would love otherwise, but they crossed a line, okay? So we're going into some pretty harsh lessons here, but there's a lot of people, like I said, that are worth saving, and those are the type of people that we put our energy into, okay? And if we've crossed those lines, we do everything we can to recover, okay? So it's really about, you know, living in the light and the purity of unconditional love, and being that powerhouse. No matter what we've seen and what we've been through, we're not going to let it break us, okay? A lot of people are broken out here, and we can do what we can to save them, but the ones who choose to go into the dark and the light, you got to let them go, okay? Because everybody has the right to choose, including, you know, some of our own people sometimes, and it can be really difficult. Final clarifier, I see that we got 2. But I want to discuss the bottom of the deck first with the 9 of Cups, because we have the 8 of Cups centrally, and now we have the 9 of Cups as our bottom of the deck. So I'm loving we saw the 7 to the 8 of Cups in our last reading, which I believe was the earth element. So if you've been thinking about that one, I'd go back and watch it. And now we see from the 8 of Cups to the 9 of Cups. So lots of energy of growth and progress, okay? So we are activating in times of need, and we are riding the storm, baby, in the best way, because we come out the other side experienced captains and seamen. Our sea legs are nice and strong in this energy. We're good at going with the flow in, whitewater rafting, all of the powerful collaborating with energy kind of for fun, for strength, you know, to strengthen up the body, get a good workout in. We're using water in a big way here, okay? And we're growing and expanding from the 8 to the 9. So from the 8, we connect to our true power, and in the 9, we can manifest. So let's see, under the Magician, we got to the Wheel of Fortune, I can see, and the next, and the Fool. What a beauty. Like, the amount of major arcana in this reading is almost scary, okay? I can feel some of the collective spiritually being like, holy fuck, this is a lot. It is a lot. It is, okay? But it's water that we're reading as an element. You can tune into, especially Pisces right now. That's why Pisces keeps coming through, because I keep forgetting. I'm not an astrologer, okay? But it is relevant right now if you want to tune into some astrologers. I share all the people that I watch, that I tune into over on the Facebook page for EBINOTTI, so make sure you go tune into, you know, those if you're desperate for a great astrologer or anything right now. The North Node just shifted from Aries to Pisces, like within a week of this reading coming out. So again, timeless readings, but it could be relevant. Pisces is a very different frequency than Aries. North Node is where we're going, what we're ambitious for, the work that can be done, the river we can jump into because it's already got its flow and there's shit going on and we can just get involved, okay? So North Node is like action. And then the South Node, the opposite of that sign, Pisces, Virgo, okay? It'll show you where you're going to have your challenges. So that's why a lot of us are tuning into, through working with the water element, Pisces being the eldest of the water signs, because that is where you get the natural gift, the strength, the talent to work with that energy. Even again, if water is your challenge element, you know, and you have any Pisces friends, or you can tune into Pisces energy, do it how Pisces does it, you know, that'll help you in a big way. So under the Magician card, the Fool energy, and it actually came out like this, the Wheel of Fortune and the Fool. So if you don't see it, let me break it down for you. The Magician is Major Arcana number 1. The Wheel of Fortune is Major Arcana number 10, 1-0. And the Fool card is Major Arcana number 0. So we've got 1, 1, 0, 0, giving us 11s, 10s, 10s to 1s, the wheel energy, flipping, that's the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so again, in the earth element reading, I believe, but don't quote me, we saw the Wheel of Fortune and Fool coming out side by side as well. So this energy still touching, and let me tell you about it. How do you manifest? How do you become magic? Oh, there's a card under my chair. What is that? I didn't know. I'm going to make sure we didn't drop any more cards. It happens sometimes. They go flying out. Maybe you saw it and I didn't. The 5 of Cups. I know where that came. I'm going to put it in the center with our Major Arcana number 5. I'm going to put that 5 of Cups beside it, and we'll go back after this message. Okay. The Magician, clarified by Wheel of Fortune, and the Fool. How do you manifest? How do you become magical? How do you be one of these, you know, millionaire, bajillionaire, super successful, came from rags to riches, new money, old wealth, you know? How do we align to that energy? And here's the answer, okay? It's not an intellectual answer, it's an intuitive one. So align to luck, align to destiny and fate. The Wheel of Fortune, often we forget, are the 3 sisters of fate. Okay, past, present, and future, the prophesy, I'm just making up words now. Okay, it's about being able to see past, present, future, and move with the natural frequency. So it is the calling energy that you get or have gotten already from judgment. Now, because you align to it, it becomes amplified times 3. 1, 2, 3, you see? And the 3 sisters of fate, past, present, future. In our bloodline, we always say everything comes in threes. So maybe that's a frequency for you as well. And the Fool. So this is the luck, the alignment to your power. What you want is key here, okay? To create, to have, to be. The luck and the miraculous, fated, destined time. It's divinely timed, because fate and time and destiny are way outside of our control. So it's an alignment energy. And what is the alignment? The Fool, fearless. The inner child level of fearless, okay? Because the Fool, as you can see him there with his jester crown and all the cards and things like that, he's playing games and having fun and looking a little jaded, a little bit tired, a little bit unsure. And with the Devil beside us here, it's not a surprise that we don't always know how to use this power. We don't always feel like we're lucky. Sometimes we feel like our luck is the opposite of good. Okay, it's going in a darker, direction. But here's the shift, okay? So this is a powerful shift. I can't express the amount of synchronicities I'm seeing in this shift, especially that it's all the black cat. Okay, all 3 the black cat, and every card has different animal energies attached to it. These are all the same animal. So this is kind of how it's being clarified. We need to trust the timeline and get aligned to timing, to the point where when it's time to leap, because that's what the Fool does fearlessly, the action to take is the leap of faith. You know when to push the button. The wheel is spinning. It's a game show, and you got to be like, bah! And if you hit it at the right time and all the stars align for you, then you win the $1 million. And it was you today. Tomorrow it might be someone else. Next time you try, you might lose. But this alignment, it's a fucking win. And it's like 11-11, 10-1. the odds are in your favor. 3, you know, 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3, you know, 369 frequency of Nikola Tesla teaching us about frequency. It's amplified, okay, babes? It could not be more amplified. So final message we saw as our fall card out of nowhere, the 5 of Cups, and centrally we get the bottom of the deck we get the 9 of Cups, which I needed to look and see that underneath was the Ace of Swords. So in this reading we've seen the King and the Queen of Swords, and now the Ace of Swords, among many other synchronicities. Okay, so you can attune. If your brain is a little foggy, then tune the heart instead to recognize the synchronicities. This is water we're talking about, and that's heart space, okay? Also, you can trust the things that you're called to indulge in when you're working with the water element, because pleasure is a big part of this alignment, okay? In the 5 of Cups, you get the energy of 3 cups spilt over and very focused on that energy of crying over spilt milk. But the 2 cups remaining upright are the 2 cups of the soulmates, which, let's see these guys one more time out here, these soulmates, okay? The 2 cups of the soulmate is the activation from that 5. So that's why I wanted to put it in the center, because the Hierophant is our central energy on top, and it's major arcana 5, which rules minor arcana 5 of Cups, okay? So we want to align, you know, to our desires, our comforts, you know, our luxury, our dreams, as opposed to getting into the frequency of what we've lost, what we don't have, what's going wrong, because that's all logical mind, okay? So we can use the water centers of the body to really tune into what we desire. With 9 cups in alignment, we get like a rainbow of victory type of energy. So there's huge victory available to the collective. If you're tuning into this, that message is for you. We're going to have one final check, see. Make sure we didn't miss anything. Okay. The last thing I want to say. It's very easy to get shoved out of this type of alignment, 8 of Cups, which is why I think the 9 of Cups on the bottom is so beautiful, because we see the progress we get from the 8 to the 9, which is exactly what you want to make progress. If you're anything like the collective here. So it's very easy to get out of this alignment when you believe the lies that the devil is known for telling. It's like the devil knows your fears and weaknesses well enough, because he's in the spiritual realm, right? So the devil knows you well enough to know where and when you have weakness and how to present it to you, so that he has the best chance of being successful and getting what he's trying to get when, you know, his soldiers are approaching you with their mission. So it's very easy to miss out on these type of timed opportunities and synchronicities. There's fate and destiny, which you can't miss out on. It's set, you know, in stone, and you will be born on this day, die on this day, and these 5 things or whatever will happen. But the type of alignment we're talking about here is one that you do have control of, with the magic, the magician being shown, and you can activate something really powerful. So you don't want to give into petty fears, petty emotions, petty desires. Again, Karine Allured's videos are doing the most. Make sure you go over to Facebook and check it out, because I share so many cool videos over there. Karine just did a video on one of the natural chemicals in the body. It's not serotonin, it's dopamine. And how that's the feel-good drug in the body, okay? And how people use cheap-ass dopamine all the time. They've fucked up the system so much with cheap dopamine, cheap sugars, cheap feel-good energy, that they don't even know how to naturally regulate the body anymore. So again, it's very easy to get out of alignment. Here, some of us are being called just to heal, you know, because we do need to reset the physical body, so that we have the proper gut microbiome and the physical vessel, the lymph nodes are producing fresh every day. So we got to learn some of the systems in the body for some of us. We support that for you, okay? It's a lifelong journey. We're all on it. We all support you. You don't have to shit all over yourself for your bad habits or your ignorance. If you just didn't know any better, you're going to do better. You're going to know better and you're going to do better. The fuckery though. Okay. But spiritual alignment it requires bravery. And sometimes that means pushing through pain more than fear. So athletes know about this, when and where you have to be uncomfortable to the point of pain. You know, when you're working out and lifting weights and stuff like that, your fucking muscles shake and it just, man, the body's just like, give up, and you're like, fuck no, you know. So we know when to be brave. We know when to push. Okay, we know when the pain is worth the juice, is worth the squeeze. Okay, so if it's not a fuck yes, it's a hell no kind of energy right now, period. And I love that. We're gonna leave that one right there. Right there. Thank you so much for being here today and doing the work you do on you. That's what this is all about. So thank you. I really hope you got everything you needed out of this reading today. Make sure you check out other readings on the channel if you're called to do so, if you're aligning to the messages. Excellent. Keep an eye out. The Zodiacs will be up in their entirety very, very, very soon. We are pumping out the content right now. There's a Divine Feminine Alignment program coming, as well as a masterclass. So make sure you're following and subscribed in all the appropriate places, okay? I love you so much. Have a beautiful, beautiful, sunshiny yellow kind of day, okay? I love you, and we will see you in your next reading.